Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome to another Nerdy Nummies. I got so many requests from you to make a Pikachu cake, so that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. The cake that we're going to be making is a pineapple cake recipe. It is delicious, and the decorations and design are really simple and cute. So if you love Pokemon, or any of your friends or your siblings love Pokemon, this may be the perfect dessert creation for you or for them, maybe for our birthday party, or if you'd like to celebrate the new Detective Pikachu movie. Whatever you fancy, this is the perfect cake for you. All right, now let's get started. In front of me are all of the delicious ingredients to make the pineapple cake. I will be posting all the ingredients and the measurements in the description, so if you'd like to follow along and use this recipe, you may. The first thing that we're gonna do is whisk together the dry ingredients. We have a bunch of flour and a little bit of salt. That's it. So just pour it in, bloop, and whisk together till well combined. After that's whisked, I'm just gonna now, using an electric stand mixer, mix together your butter and shortening. Here we go, scoop in the butter. I like to keep the butter at room temperature so that it's easy to cream together with the shortening and sugar. Boop. Get in there. Medium speed, get it going. All right, I'm gonna scrape down the sides. Now add all of your sugar and mix it up again to cream together the butter and sugar. Once you've creamed together the butter and sugar, add your eggs. I'm adding 8 eggs, the whole egg, the yolk, and the egg white. And you may be wondering, why are you adding so many eggs? And it's because we're making 3 small 6-inch round cakes. And as the eggs are mixing, you can add your pineapple extract. Now, we've got our wet ingredients, our dry ingredients, and our crushed pineapple. We're gonna add the crushed pineapple last, so set this off to the side over here. Now, add your dry ingredients to your wet. I'm gonna add in halves so that I don't get a big dust cloud that poofs up. Uh-oh, we're spilling a little bit. Oopsies, oopsies. All right, we're gonna mix in half and then the other half. Oops, let me get this. It's just all over the, there we go. While the batter's mixing, you can add the second half of the flour. Don't forget to scrape down the sides in between and give it another mix. I am flying through this recipe because I love it so much. I want a slice of this cake. The last ingredient to add to our batter is the crushed pineapple, and this we're just gonna fold in with a spatula. So just scoop it in there. Ooh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And again, using a spatula, just gently fold in the crushed pineapple. So you're gonna scoop underneath all the batter, pull over, and turn. Scoop under, over, and turn. Under, over, and turn. And just keep doing it till it's well incorporated. We fold it in because you don't want double crushed pineapple, and we want to keep the air, the lightness of the batter. This is a thicker batter. You could basically make pineapple loaves of bread, so you don't want to lose any of that air. All right, that is ready. Look at that batter. Oh, the bowl's a little messy, but the batter is ready. We're gonna pour the batter evenly between these 3 pans. In front of me, I have round 6-inch pans. They are greased and lined with a piece of parchment paper at the bottom so that when you pop the cake out after they've baked, it will not stick. A little piece of parchment at the bottom is pro tip, will never stick. It's so wonderful. Also, these are the pans from my baking line. They're my absolute favorite. I'll put a link down below if you're interested in getting these. I like them because I designed them with a bigger lip, so they're easy to put in the oven and take out. All right, I'm just gonna be using an eyeballing technique and dividing the batter evenly. All right, scoop for you, scoop for you, scoop for you, and back again. Using a spatula, I'm just gonna smooth out the batter on the top. Helps it rise and bake a little bit more evenly. And then I'm gonna heat the oven to 325 degrees, pop these in, and bake for 30 minutes. You can bake all of these cakes at the same time, so pop them in together. Our cakes have baked and I've given them plenty of time to cool. I also leveled each one of them. You can use a sharp cutting knife or a cake leveler, whatever you have handy. And then in front of me, I have some buttercream icing in a piping bag that I have dyed yellow, and a little round cake plate. This is the time where you want to pick whatever you want to serve your cake on. So if you just want to save it on a regular plate or a cake plate or like a fancy cake stand, whatever you'd like to display your cake on, choose now, and that will be this. And then lastly, in front of me, I have a turntable to make icing a little bit easier. All right, so just place your cake plate down, and then I'm gonna put just a dab of icing right in the middle of it. So you can pipe this onto your plate or cake stand, whatever you got, and place your first round circle cake right in the middle. That's gonna help it stay in place, and this smells so good. So like banana bread, this is like pineapple bread. It's so delicious. I'm drooling, so I better hurry up and decorate this cake. All right, now we're gonna ice and stack the cakes. The first thing that I'm gonna do is pipe an outline all the way around the cake. I use this technique a lot. I really love this. It's basically piping a little fence, and then you fill it in with icing. I do a zigzag motion. Now, nobody really sees this part of the cake. They're only gonna see it when you cut into the cake and get a really pretty slice. So I try to make it look cute. Using an offset spatula, put some gentle pressure on the top. I use this area of the spatula right where the bend is. Gently spin the turntable around and look how flat that gets. Also, don't worry if excess frosting comes off the side because we're gonna ice the entire cake yellow. Place the second cake on top. Let's make sure it's even. Yeah, that looks good. Then ice again. Same technique all the way around. Fill it in using a zigzag motion. Woo, 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 woo. And smooth it out. Last layer of cake goes on top, but instead of placing this way, you're gonna flip the cake upside down, just like that. Boom! I like to do this because it causes less crumbs and it's really, really flat. Now we're gonna cover the entire cake with icing. I'm gonna start on the top using the same method as before. I pipe around, fill it in, I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna ice the sides. To ice the sides of the cake, I like to use a piping bag. It's the easiest way that I've gotten icing to evenly spread and stick onto a cake. Before, when I was just starting to bake, I used to scoop icing and like stick it on the side, scoop, stick, scoop, stick, and it just took forever. It never looked even, and it was just a mess. So this is the fastest and easiest technique that I've found. If you don't have a fancy piping bag, you can use any type of Ziploc or sandwich bag that you have at home in your kitchen. Start at the bottom and just keep working your way up. This part doesn't need to look perfect because we're gonna smooth it out with our spatula, so don't worry too much about that. I also wouldn't worry about getting frosting on the plate because with a wet paper towel, you can just wipe it up. This recipe is not a dry cake recipe. It's not very crummy, so I'm not doing a crumb coat. When I'm making a recipe that's a little drier, I like to do a crumb coat, let it chill, and then I would put another coat on, but this one is it's so soft, and as you can see, barely any crumbs. It is delicious. It's delicious and moist. And I don't know why people have a problem with that word. Moist is a great thing. Wouldn't you want a moist cake? A moist chocolate cake? What do you want, a dry cake? If anyone should have a problem with a word, it would be dry. We've got all the icing on the cake now. Again, using a large offset spatula, I'm putting gentle pressure on the side, and it's not flat pressed up against the cake like this. It's at a bit of an angle, like so, and then gently spin all the way around. I'm applying very, very, very gentle pressure because it's very easy to take icing off of a cake. It's harder to put it back on and still look even. So just keep spinning around until it's as smooth as you'd like. The sides are looking pretty smooth, and as you can see on the top, we have this lip of icing. What you do is take your spatula and pull the icing towards you. And if you have excess, you can just wipe it off towards you. Once you get your cake to be as smooth as you'd like, you can either leave it out at room temperature or pop it in the refrigerator to chill. One of the reasons I love covering a cake and decorating using icing versus covering it with fondant is that this is the final look. And all your little fondant pieces, which you can make in advance, you just stick to the icing, and the icing itself is tacky enough right now while it's fresh, before it's chilled or it's set, to just stick your little decorations, boop, like little eyeballs, right onto the cake. And when you're making a cute character cake like we are, the fondant shapes are really simple, like circles for the cheeks, circles for the eyes, and longer, I don't know if you would call these triangles. Two big surfboards. Just really basic shapes. The only thing when you're making bigger decoration fondant pieces is you're gonna wanna make these in advance because you wanna let them sit out to harden and dry. If you make these fresh, like right now, and we're to stick them in the cake, they would droop over like dough. So you wanna make these in advance. I made these yesterday and I just let them sit out overnight, and then they're nice and firm and you can just pop them onto a cake. It makes it really, really easy. This is also a really cute cake if you don't like to eat a lot of fondant. You're gonna get all the cute, precise decorations, but when you cut in and have a slice of cake, there's gonna be hardly zero, if like a little, maybe Pikachu's nose, look how small it is. A little bit of fondant, which is easily avoidable if it's not your thing. These character cakes are one of my favorite designs ever. You place all of the facial decorations on the front side of the cake and a few distinctive pieces on the top. For example, the unicorn cake that we made, or if you've got my new cookbook, the really cute reindeer cake, or we made the narwhal cake. There's so many cute character cakes that are styled like this, and they are my favorite. They're really easy and they're adorable. Now it's time for my favorite part. It is time to decorate. This is very easy. You're gonna stick your little pieces onto the cake. If you've just iced your cake and it's fresh, you can stick the pieces on. If it's sat out for a few minutes or you've refrigerated it and then brought it back out and it's crusted, you can add a little bit of icing all into the back. Or if you're just not sure, add a little bit of icing. It's like glue. All right, let's stick these little guys on, dear. Oh my gosh, look at the little face. Pika Pika, Pikachu. Look at his little face. It's just so cute. I just want to squeeze him. That's why I love these cakes. A few pieces, simple shapes, and it's boom. Easy to decorate. Love it. All right, last but not least, we have Pikachu's ears, which basically look like surfboards. It's just yellow fondant that I rolled out flat, cut to look like a surfboard, and then put some black fondant at the end. And then here at this end, while it was drying, stuck in 2 toothpicks for a little bit more structural support to stick into the cake. So if you have a party, warn your guests. If you get an ear, there's a toothpick. Don't not tell them. Now Pikachu's ears are pretty far out. They're pretty wide set. So I'm gonna place them over here, and if it flops over a little bit, that's okay because that's what his ears do anyways. That's just natural. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's the moment of truth. And just be really gentle when you're placing these in. The cake is very thick. This is a thick pineapple cake. So it should hold them up. It shouldn't be too soft. Oh my gosh, did we just make the cutest cake ever? Lightning coming out everywhere. I love it. And ta-da! There you have it. Here is the adorable Pikachu pineapple cake that we made today. The recipe is delicious. It's from scratch. It's in the description. Check it out if you love this cake. I'll be posting lots of pictures all over my social media, and if you guys make this cake, please take a picture and send it to me. I love seeing your baking creations. It just makes me happy. It makes my day. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did. I am so excited for Detective Pikachu movie, and my sister is going to love this cake because she loves Pokemon. They are like her favorite. Also, if you like this baking video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. Let me know if you have any other ideas for any other nerdy nummies, and I will do my best to make it happen. I already know that I love this recipe, but I'm having a little slice for me because I did a lot of hard work here. Let's have a bite. That's it. If you like pineapple, this recipe is for you. This is so good. Justine would love this. I should make this for her birthday cake. She would love it. Oh my gosh, Justine, this is your cake. Bye-bye.